All right, we just had back-to-back intros there, but how's it going? Adam Zdroik of RotoWire. I'm going over Champions League action on Tuesday, April 9th. We got Arsenal hosting Bayern Munich and Real Madrid hosting Manchester City. Gonna give a few bets. I got some bets from my kits and wagers partner, Chris Owen. We usually discuss Premier League, but today and tomorrow we got Champions League. We got a slew of bets for everyone here. And before we get into it, rotowire.com/soccer. Check it out on the site. If you're in a DFS, we have a DFS show with Pew 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 that is up right now. Click into that. We got a podcast. We got the YouTube uh, up as well. And also, we got some more bets. We got some more FPL stuff, Fantrack stuff. So if you're into any of that, but I'm talking at Champions League, and I'm going to go to our betting pages here. So rotowire.com/betting/soccer. And we're going to go to Champions League here. And here we go. So Arsenal hosting Bayern Munich. We got some interesting matches today, especially for quarterfinals. A couple intriguing matchups. Actually, let me, if you're watching here on YouTube or Twitter, let me look at the odds here. Look at these Champions League odds. Manchester City plus 175 to win it all. Arsenal plus 500, Real Madrid plus 650, Bayern Munich plus 700. What stands out here? All these teams are only one of those four teams can get to the final. So the winner of Manchester City, Real Madrid, plays the winner of Arsenal, Bayern Munich. So that's just how it works out. I kind of think they have to change. They have to change how they build the knockout rounds. I wonder if you get two pots here going into the quarterfinal. Look at the Arsenal odds here. They were plus 1,200 here before Champions League. Now they're down to plus 500. So Arsenal hosting Bayern Munich. Arsenal are minus 140 to win. That's kind of jumped around a little bit here. Some weird odds. I guess minus 150 earlier this morning. Now they're minus 140. So Bayern Munich maybe getting some money here. Bayern Munich plus 380 to win. The draw is plus 295. Over 2.5 goals, minus 130. Under 2.5 goals, plus 105. Again, these betting pages has line movement, injuries, expected lineups, news, all that good stuff. So if you remove the names from these teams, I wonder if these odds would look a little different. But at the end of the day, maybe we do need the names for these teams. Maybe we do need to know that this is Arsenal going against Bayern Munich. Because we looked at Arsenal last in the prior round of 16, and they needed PKs to take out Porto. They looked fairly iffy in the first leg, the scoreless or down a goal in the first leg. And then Bayern Munich, again, they've been kind of iffy for the second half of the season. They're going to lose Bundesliga to Bayer Leverkusen. They've had some troubles in them here. But this matchup, I think you get Arsenal at home. And Chris's bet here, let me just get straight to the bets here. I'm just going to zoom right through this. He's going Saka to score or assist at minus 110. I think we're kind of on the same page here in terms of what's going to happen. I think that just in terms of this matchup, Arsenal at home, they're probably playing like, I like to say on kits and wagers that they probably do have the best defense in Europe, maybe in the world right now. Their defense is playing incredibly well, limiting opportunities for everyone. Just recently held Brighton, recently held Manchester City scoreless. Some big results there. But you look at that, you look at Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich, they managed, I don't even think they got a shot on target in that first leg against Lazio. Last month at Bayer Leverkusen, they managed, I think it was 2 shots or maybe 1 shot on target. And then home against Borussia Dortmund, 2-0 loss a couple weeks ago, they managed 2 shots on target. So I just don't think that they're going to kind of run into this Arsenal back line that is going to kind of bully them a little bit off the ball. And Bayern Munich, it seems like they want that perfect shot opportunity. They want that perfect ball to Harry Kane to get that goal. And I'm not sure they're going to get those opportunities. And I was just looking at this right before the show, and do actually like some kind of, under, if you can, if you can find it. It's not always that easy. If you can find like an under shots on goal bet for Bayern Munich, you'd have to shop around a little bit. I'm currently on DraftKings. I actually can't find something with that. So I would actually look at, like, I think we're going to be one, two shots on target, three shots on target max for Bayern Munich. So yeah, uh, under 3.5 shots on target for Bayern Munich. We're getting plus 105 odds. That actually, I have something else on the screen, but that actually might be my favorite bet here. We just see what Bayern Munich look like recently. And I think Arsenal, not only are they going to have the majority of possession in this game, I'm thinking 55, 60% possession. They're going to have more opportunities. They're going to be they're going to look like the better team in this spot. We saw that, was it Bayern Munich at Lazio? Everyone came into that matchup and was like, Bayern Munich, they're struggling in league play a little bit, but they're going to get it back. Lazio aren't having that much success in Italy, and it's like, okay, let's just buy it back Bayern Munich here. They're going to be okay. And well, they advanced. They still didn't look like Bayern Munich. They still didn't look like that great team in that matchup. And I think that's kind of fresh in my mind for this bet. Well, Arsenal against Porto wasn't that convincing, but I think you get this first leg at home for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta knows that he doesn't want to go to Bayern Munich level in terms of goals. He doesn't want to go to Bayern Munich losing, obviously. But this isn't the same kind of matchup as what we got Arsenal at Porto when, Arsenal are coming back home kind of a thing. So I think Arsenal are going to want to get on the right foot here. I think they're going to be better team. I jumped around a little bit with my favorite bet here. So my original single parlay, Arsenal money line, and then Arsenal over 1.5 goals. That is, I believe last I looked, minus 110. Instead, I think we're getting an Arsenal clean sheet here. So I put together Arsenal money line and knowing both teams to score is plus 200. I think we're getting like a 1-0, 2-0 kind of win. I think, granted, we could also get a little off the rails if Bayern Munich kind of loses themselves a little bit. I think we can get 3-0. But as I said just now, I also like Arsenal, Bayern Munich under 3.5 shots on target at plus 105. I really like that bet. You just look at all these matchups against good competition, against top competition, against teams that are actually going to take away good opportunities from Bayern Munich and actually going to possess the ball a little bit. And Bayern Munich just aren't getting that many shots on target in these games. So I really like that one. The next game is just as intriguing. So Real Madrid home against Manchester City. Real Madrid are plus 180 to win. Manchester City plus 155 to win. The draw plus 245. Over 2.5 goals minus 125. Under 2.5 goals plus 100. And again, the injury report, we know Kyle Walker's out. Nathan Ake is out as well. It's pretty significant injuries for Manchester City because we don't get that Vinicius versus Kyle Walker matchup there on the right / left wing. That is the one interesting part. I'm kind of surprised that Real Madrid are actually underdogs in the spot, playing at home. Manchester City, we saw it was 1 season ago, it was 1 year ago, Manchester City in that first leg in the semifinal. They went to Real Madrid. Real Madrid probably, this was let me check the date here. This was in May. So, late in the season when Manchester City are kind of cruising in league play, getting to the top of the table in league play. And I'd say Real Madrid probably outplayed Manchester City in the first leg last season. And it was mostly the squads were 100%. As I'm looking at this, I guess Manchester City didn't even sub in that matchup. I'm looking at the matchups right now. So Benzema was in that one, but Kyle Walker played pretty much full strength squads here. And you look at that game point, 1.25 XG. Real Madrid probably better team in the second half of that match. They got that Vinicius goal Basically, both goals in this match was a little bit of brilliance from Vinicius in the 36th minute, even though Manchester City controlled the first half, and then De Bruyne, a little bit of brilliance out of De Bruyne in the 67th minute, and then Real Madrid probably looked the better team in the second half. Maybe should have got a second goal as well. So that is one thing I looked at ahead of this matchup, but I do think that we're going to get this is going to be a safe kind of play from Pep Guardiola. He's not going to go into Real Madrid and repeat what he did against Crystal Palace over the weekend, the 4-2 game. This is going to be a little safer from him. He doesn't want things to get away because, once you allow one goal, once you allow two, that's when things get to, the 4-1s, the 4-2s kind of game. You don't want to be down more than, one goal, 2-3 goals in the first leg here. And that's something that Pep pretty continuously plays a little more defensive away from home. So how does this affect Real Madrid? I think it's going to be kind of similar to last season. There will be pockets where Manchester City look like the better team, but I think as we get closer to the end of this one, Real Madrid are going to be on the front foot. It's going to be up to Manchester City. Or can they hold them back? Do they have enough in the back line to keep Vinicius from scoring? To keep Jude Bellingham, who has had so many winning goals this season, from scoring? Can Manchester City's back line, can their defense, can Rodri in the midfield limit what Real Madrid do? That'll be, and that's kind of why I'm interested, or at least surprised by the line here, and Real Madrid being an underdog. And I guess Manchester City, just because they're still viewed as the top team, the best team in the world, kind of a thing. And that makes sense. But I think just, Real Madrid at home in this spot, I would take a shot at Real Madrid plus 180 to win. And that's kind of where Chris is leaning for his bet. So Chris, he sent me a couple. He's on Real Madrid to advance at plus 170. For this one, he's on Real Madrid draw no bet at plus 100. Assume he went there because the double chance is Real Madrid minus 195. So we're not going to go there. I'm not entirely sure where he's at with his goals. He was also looking at Real Madrid corners. I would consider Arsenal corners as well. I guess I shouldn't ignore that one, but I'm not entirely sold on what we're going to get from corners in this spot, because I do think it's going to be, last season's match was 15 corners. But Chris mentioned to me over 4.5 Real Madrid corners. That is plus 105. That's not terrible. Like I said, if we're gonna get certain pockets of this game where Real Madrid look like a better team than Manchester City, and I think that could lead to corners. So maybe I am on that corners bet for Chris. That was Real Madrid over 4.5 corners plus 105. My bet, I'm going with the under 2.5 plus 105. I'm hoping that Manchester City's defense, can hold strong enough against Real Madrid, and they don't want this game to get away from them. So I kind of think that's what we're looking at here. It does maybe the more I think about it, and I'm starting to get to, okay, maybe this does have the makings of, we've seen a lot of these games between these teams the past couple of years where it's like 3, 4, 5, 6 goals, this extremely back and forth kind of action. I think that's possible. But I'm just going with the under here, just because I think that's what Pep wants to do. He wants to keep this lower scoring. He does not want this to get away from him at all. So I'm just kind of backing Pep. At one point, maybe at some point in the future, we'll fade Pep. We'll fade Pep Guardiola, but I'm not fading Pep Guardiola yet. And I think that's what he wants. He wants another 1-1 result, wants the 1-0 kind of a thing. He wants it to be lower scoring. So I'm on the under 2.5 goals, and I do like that Real Madrid over 4.5 corners at plus 105. And I do like all of Chris's bets here. Maybe not Real Madrid to advance at plus 170, but I think, money line Real Madrid plus 180 isn't the worst thing. I think we're looking at, if anything, I'd say the range of outcomes here: 1-0 to either side, 1-1 again, similar to last season, and then maybe 2-1 to Real Madrid. That's kind of where I'm leaning for these. And then I guess similar to what Chris had with that Saka, let me see what the odds would be for like a goal or assist for some of these. All right, well, I can't really pop it up here. Goal or assist. I'll find it here. Vinicius goal or assist is plus 120. Bellingham plus 140. Not terrible. So if I'm already on the Real Madrid side, I like those. I'd say I don't know, Vinicius plus 120 goal or assist. Okay, I am a little bit on the Real Madrid side, so we'll see how that one goes. But 15 minutes of bets, 15 minutes of Champions League. I'll be back tomorrow. We got a couple more matchups, maybe not as exciting, but also some intriguing quarterfinal matchups in Champions League. Thank you for watching this rotowire.com/soccer trial. That's a 48-hour trial to get all our stuff, but this betting content here is all free. rotowire.com/betting/soccer. You can pull up the odds pages here, get line movement, get all that stuff, or just go on over to RotoWire Soccer. We got stats for all Champions League and all that good stuff, as well as lineups. We got lineups up, projected lineups here. Also, if you want to check out some lineups before the games, you probably want to know who's going to be playing for these teams. But thank you for watching this. I'll be back tomorrow, and good luck with your bets. Let's win some money.